This is Stalker 2 Heart of Chornobyl. We're here on the PlayStation 5, the base PlayStation 5 console. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So we took a look at Stalker 2 on the Pro. We've taken a look at it on Series X, Series S over time. And I thought the base console is also something we should take a look at to showcase how this updated and really exciting version of the game is shaping up for the console. It's really quite exciting that Stalker is finally available on the PlayStation side of things. Obviously, you've been able to enjoy the Stalker trilogy for quite a while, and now you can finally jump in and enjoy the full sequel that really takes the design and the concept of the original games and just expands upon it in really exciting and expansive ways that I'm sure you will thoroughly enjoy and have a great time with. It's such a great game of freedom, exploration, and discovery as you go out here into the zone. It's a game where you can work through what is a dozens of hours storyline, or you can just go out and find quests. It's a big world, not only quests, but just stories or stashes or secrets or things within the world, and you can come across all kinds of things like anomalies that will vaporize you, or mutant-type monsters, and other crazy, horrific sights, and other people, and factions, and all kinds of other things that want to end your life out here in the wasteland. The zone. Well, maybe less of a wasteland, but definitely gives you some Fallout-esque vibes, right? No, it's really, really quite an interesting and special game. It's one I've been covering pretty steadily for basically since the launch of it when it came to consoles, and then it's just really exciting to finally be taking a look here on PlayStation and be seeing some really good quality of life improvements and visual upgrades that just make the experience a little bit better to enjoy and just kind of enhance things in some genuinely exciting ways. Cool, so you are playing as just this regular guy. Something appears in your apartment. Everything you knew is kind of gone and ruined, and you're going out to the zone to try to get some sort of, I wouldn't say sense of it, but kind of, you're here to just try to get something out of a bad situation that happened. And you will deal with many problems and situations along the way as you attempt to make some sort of sense of everything. And there are many unique characters to find, decisions to make that will completely alter your story, and a world that is really evolving and changing with the advancing life system, where you really are kind of seeing all these different factions kind of moving and doing things and scavenging and interacting with each other. And your choices and how you interact with them, literally like story choices or just literally how you interact with the characters, will change up how the story progresses, the narrative moves, and how everything goes on in this world. But there is a lot to see, there is a lot to do, and it's quite a journey going around and seeing just what you might come across out here. I turned this on, right? Yeah, okay. The lighting stuff in this is quite intense. Am I getting... Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there's a problematic sort of thing up there, but this really is quite a good-looking game here on the PlayStation 5. Oh! I guess it was a booby trap thing. I didn't even notice that. And the loading's pretty good too, and everything runs pretty well. And you should be quite happy with this version of the experience here on the platform. I do recommend saving quite often, especially, well, it depends. There's difficulty factors and stuff too, but yeah, definitely save frequently because you never know. Like the autosave's gotten a lot better, but yeah, definitely do that before diving in and taking on dangerous things. So this game has a couple different visual settings. We're here on the base PlayStation 5, like I mentioned, but we're doing the quality mode. So this is a 4K resolution at 30 FPS. It's not necessarily the way I would recommend playing the game, but if you want to take the full look at the visuals, that's the way to do it. Remember, everything is temporally scaled. There's also a performance mode, which will apply. So this is targeting a 1440p, again, turn lower, at 60 FPS. And that's kind of what you're dealing with here. So yeah, I would definitely say this is sort of the way to go is performance mode. You do get the fluidity, you do get the frame rate. Oh, I see that little wire right there. I wonder if I can just jump over that. What wires this guy got? Yeah. Really, that is quite some shooting going on. Yeah, guys definitely got some killer accuracy, as to say. But no, I do think going for the frame rate mode is kind of the better thing here. This is a pretty demanding world too, and again, the engine and stuff is demanding. It's really nice that the fidelity though looks so much sharper. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like coming off of Xbox Series X, it was quite murky, and it seems like they've put really great work into the game over time. It's not as sharp as it is on the Pro. Like it's quite a bit blurrier. You still get that sort of buzz, as to say, that temporal sort of thing, but it is a markable improvement over. Where's the door on this one? Over here. Yeah, it is a markable improvement over what we had in the past. So I think you will be quite happy with this experience if you're diving in fresh, and you should be pleasantly surprised by the setup and the design of this game. It really is quite a miraculous thing. And of course, it's still got that like authentic kind of Stalker, I guess you would call it like jank and whatnot. So I think, ooh, an SVD, nice. So I think you will quite like it. Like it was rough. I basically it's just like you were beta testing it last year on Xbox, and it's just finally the console version here on PlayStation is in a much better state. That is 100% for sure. I think you'll be pretty floored when you go in and experience this game. Now, it is very unforgiving. It is quite challenging. It's not friendly. It's not something that will hold your hand. There is a lot of challenge to it. There is a lot of death you will face. There is a lot of weird, crazy things that happen. It's very horror-esque. There is, you know, many scary, weird events and happenings that go on as you go around this world, and you can die from all kinds of random stuff, which is kind of funny. But you're never sure what will happen or what will go on, and it's so cool to be like this character, this, you know, a stalker, and interacting with other characters and seeing what sort of happens in this world. And it's quite a relaxing and calming one too, to a degree, which is kind of funny because you die like at any moment from any sort of thing, and it is still strangely kind of calming because you're just in this environment. But the map is massive. So like we started, how did we go this way? My intention was kind of to go off that way. That is hilarious. Yeah, so we started here, right? And we've been walking for several minutes, and we're over here. And then if you zoom out, you can see that this is just like a very small section of a very large place. And there's some other surprises here too that might be revealing themselves in the fog and that. But like you can go to all kinds of, like, you literally go here and there's like a giant fire tornado going on. It's sick. I mean, it's dangerous and deadly, but it's awesome. And you know, like Pripyat and stuff. But there is a lot. There is a lot to see in this game, and there are many little quests and adventures that you can run and find yourself kind of getting into, which is super cool. Like, you just be wandering off and be like, oh, group of mutants you have to deal with, or oh, there's a person here, or oh, well, there's a stash, or oh, there's some kind of hidden thing underground, or all kinds of stuff. I thought this was something you could break. Man, maybe not. There is so much to see and do in this game. It is really genuinely impressive. Like, I think you will find yourself, if you really get into it, you'll find yourself just completely getting lost in this game, in this world, because there really is just too much to see and do almost. It really is quite amazing, and you can just sort of adventure at your own pace, or you can go in and you can do the stuff you're supposed to do and meet all of these characters and explore this wonderful lengthy experience, and then you can replay it too, because the world will change based on the choices you make, and it's such a neat expansion over the existing Stalker games. So if you're familiar with Stalker, like any of the other, like the original trilogy and stuff like that, you'll see those places. And that was also cool within those games, was visiting a place and then playing another one and being like, oh, this area, but it's larger. And then for this one, essentially playing it and then seeing those places evolve within this game are really quite amazing too. As it just becomes a surreal sort of world that you're exploring. And I don't know if I want to do this. It's so beautiful here. But yeah, it's got such a vibe and such an atmosphere to it, where you are just finding yourself visiting this like gorgeous place, filled with all these secrets and hidden things and you know, stuff that's friendly, stuff that's bad, and you're never really sure how it's all gonna like turn out, and it is a vibe, this game. And it's so funny because they'll be like, oh yeah, no, it's zen and cool. And then you'll be going and you'll be like, well, this is kind of like dangerous, and you'll like die from random things, and sometimes you'll just be walking and it'll be like pitch black in the dark, and you'll be like, oh, what's going on here? Because you don't really fast travel in a traditional sense in this game. Like, you need to like talk to people to be taken places, and you know, like the loot economy and stuff. That's been a big fix too. That's where I talk again with like the whole beta concept of it, like beta testing. Is it's just it was rough when it came out. They fixed it really quickly and did tons of updates. It was kind of wild, but yeah, the version you're playing here is so much better than what I experienced when this came out, because it was a great game. Like the core, you know, design of it and stuff is absolutely quite splendid. And then it's just like all the bugs and all the problems and enemy stuff and scaling and you know, loot economy stuff. They've done such wondrous things for this. You will be blown away by the fact that it's so much more playable now. Okay, that might be a problem. Do I have a grenade? Oh, they actually don't leave their area? That's interesting. Yeah, this AI is kind of... Usually the AI is allowed to go out further. Maybe these ones are, like, trained. These might be, like, trained versions of the animals.
Mutant killer, come over here. Let's have a chat.
Was he your, like, pet or something?
Did you see that? Creep.
What?
Well, my buddy...
So
He's...
I'm...
It's choices like that that really make the Wasteland exciting. And then all the technical details too, because it's a very, very technical game. Like, you could be playing this, and then you're kind of like jams and stuff, and it's such a pain. And you really can make it more intense too. Like, you can make the game kind of like sort of as easygoing and or challenging as you want. But I will say, you get access to so many more resources now compared to what I did when I played this when it came out, and it's like, it's just so night and day, the enhancements here. Like, I can't believe it almost, like, compared to what I had to go through to get through it all. And, like, it was always a rewarding game. By the end of it, I was like, wow, that was so cool. But, yeah, I definitely felt the struggle of all this stuff, like the blurriness, and the performance, and the bugs and all that, and it's so much better here on PlayStation now. You were in for a treat. Why are you shooting at me exactly? What did I do? Are the other guys bad? Is it just him? What did I do wrong? I'm bleeding. I gotta put on a bandage. What did I do? What did I do wrong to these men? He came at me. That's on him. Anyways, yeah, this world is really just filled to the brim with like activities and stuff though, and a dynamic world that feels really lively, and you see all these like events and things that go on, and you see a place that just continues to evolve and change. And it's so like overgrown. And it feels like a perfect kind of like wasteland to kind of visit through, because it's not just like it's the zone. It's not a wasteland, you know. But it feels like a place that's been through this apocalyptic journey, and you're just sort of exploring it. at whatever pacing you want. And it's like every square inch of this is filled to the brim with stuff and activities and like friendly people or hostile people. And yeah, you're never quite sure what exactly you're going to come across, what people you're going to meet, what challenges you're going to face. And it's just such a wondrous journey as you try to like carve your own path. That's just what this game really excels at. Is it's a shooter game, but it feels like much more. It feels like this immersive role-playing experience where it's like, yeah, sure, you're chilling and stuff, but you could just be doing all this adventuring and coziness and meeting with other characters and exploring places. You're never really sure what's going to happen as you go across any corner. And like, it just as if you've been casually playing through this. I don't know if it looks super exciting or whatnot to you, but it depends on the zones you go to and what you come across. But there's all this stuff everywhere. Like, there's not really an area that's sort of dead or unalive. It is a lively place. It's a pretty dead place, but it's alive. And it's waiting for you to, you know, adventure through and experience it and see what it has to offer. Wow, they definitely did not want you going through there. Another one lost the zone. Does a bridge magically? I think after you do some questing, a bridge magically appears. I think that's like part of the opening thing or something like that. Yeah, no, it's really, really quite a wonderful time. I think you will find it ever so rewarding, and you will just like completely get lost in all the weird like journeying you do and the things you see and the people you shoot through. And I love like the faction based stuff too, and just the choices you make while you're interacting with these factions is so much fun as you really don't know what's gonna happen. Like you make one choice for one character and you anger a faction, and there's a lot of interesting deep sci-fi concepts that are sort of gone over in this one too. Just in terms of whether or not you believe like the zone should be used in this way or how you interpret the zone. And they've created a really genuinely interesting universe for you to explore in what feels like an endless sort of capacity, and it's such a better experience at this point, and you should definitely be venturing out into the wasteland and like taking it in and seeing what it has to offer and going and, you know, enjoying all of these stories, because it's just like endless rewards and every corner has something for you. It's so much better now to play this in this state. I can't honestly go over that enough, because it was just something that was so cool initially, and it was just sort of disappointing when I was playing cut through it, because I was like, why is it gotta be like this? And now it doesn't gotta be like that. You jump in here and have a great time. You, the mutants, the other stalkers out there, blasting stuff. What a stunning world. I can't wait to see how they sort of push this forward and keep doing stuff with it. Like the updates and that for it have been really exciting to follow and see it change. It's and the live a life system just getting advanced too towards where it should be is really, really quite exciting, because that just adds, it really breathes life into it, I guess you would say, in a further degree than one might expect. But yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile experience. It's certainly something you should be taking a look at and trying, and I think you will really genuinely enjoy your time out here in the wasteland, because we've just been walking around the zone and it's taken how much time, and this is just one segment of such a large game. Like, I've done whole streams where you just wander around looking for activities and stuff, and there's always something going on, something happening, and it really feels like a world that's alive and brimming with things for you to interact with and enjoy. And yeah, they did great work here with the PlayStation 5 version of Stalker 2, and that in itself is really thrilling and exciting for those that have been waiting for it. And you know, some parts of it will have, you know, because it is just the nature of this engine, and you know, you get a little bit of blur there, but it's a pretty quality experience, and one you should definitely be diving into and exploring and taking in, and I think you will love everything that this weird, crazy world has to offer.